Hey, welcome everybody. Today we're working on these flesh husks from RTLW. The link is in the description. They're essentially 40K Drukari racks. These are one of the models, the first models that I ordered from RTLW. I think they just look terrific. They look way better than the Games Workshop racks. They each have some individuality, some character to them. Like this guy with his chest flayed open. Yeah, so today we're just painting them up as much as we can. I'm about 40% finished with them. So they're still in the ugly phase of the paint job. They are resin miniatures from a company called RTLW. Like I said, I really love how they all have their own like character to them. So click the link in the description if you're interested. I think my favorite one is this guy holding the big chopper. He just looks terrific. So as you can tell, some of these guys are a little further along than the others. This guy, I got the shading down on his fleshy bits, and some of them are still just in base coats, like this guy. So we're gonna be trying to, oh, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the likes, everybody. We're gonna be trying to get everybody up at least to the same level. Like this guy has his silvers done, his metallics finished. If I can't finish these miniatures before my kids wake up, I wanna try to get them at least to the same level. That means all the silvers and all the other base coats done. This is the guy I'm currently working on. You can see he's got some chains hanging down. I'm probably not gonna get too much farther in the fleshy coats, but yeah, let's get the silvers all finished. I'm trying to remember because it's been a while since I painted these, so I'm just going over and looking over how I did some of these colors. It took me a minute actually because I hadn't written it down. It took me a minute to remember how I painted the green colors, but it's like, oh yeah, I remember now. Okay, so the green is actually just Incubi Darkness highlighted with Cab Light Green. Thank you very much, You're Obscure 2416. I love that you could see the individual teeth on this one. It's so creepy. Yeah, so you can use these for Warhammer 40K Drukari. They look really like, what's that old Hellraiser? Yeah, this one you can see she's still pretty early goings. So I'm gonna have to knock out more of that. No, I'm not gonna do that. Happy birthday, Nick. You gotta wake up pretty early in the morning. Think I don't sound out my comments in my head? You think you're the first person to try to fool me? Some of these, their backpacks look more metallic, and some of them have like spines and stuff coming out of them, so it looks like they have more fleshy bits. It really just depends on, you know, the model. tubes. You could also paint these tubes as like black, but I think silver's a good way to do that like Frankenstein monster look. And I gotta find my gold paint because I want to give him a gold grill. But yeah, I guess I gotta do silver for his Cerebro helmet also. If you guys enjoyed the content here, I'd love it if you would subscribe, give me a little heart like. If you really like the content, would like to become a part of my supporters, then you could become a channel member. Description link for you if you're interested in helping support me financially. And as a reward, after 1 month, I will paint a Bretonian knight in your honor. So basically you choose a couple colors, and then I'll take a Bretonian knight and paint it up with your heraldry. The longer you are a channel member, the more details, techniques I'll use, all that kind of good stuff. So it's a fun way to see your support of my channel grow over time. And I really appreciate it. Maybe I gotta just paint it in silver for now. Let's see how that looks, and then I'll put the gold over if. There's lots of excitement over the new Lady Malice announcement. Even though the art looks like pretty rough, the mini looks nice, so I might pick one up just to paint up the mini. Okay, I got known oil here. Now I'm debating whether to use Agrax Earthshade or known oil. I think known oil is gonna give it a nice darker look. So especially for like the exposed rib cage here, we'll do known oil instead of Agrax Earthshade, which would look more like dark brown, a little dirtier, I think. So I'll also put it on the red fleshy bits to give it some black outline. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And I don't think it's dry yet, but these little tubes could use that known oil outline as well. Oh, Eliseo, welcome, my friend. It's been a while since I've streamed. Anyways, it's good to see you. The man with $85,000 worth of orcs. What was I painting for? Sometimes I can't remember. I gotta actually look at these other models. I think I do Doombo Brown for the hand wraps. Yeah, Doombo Brown, that looks like. So yeah, if you guys are interested in these miniatures, if they are piquing your curiosity, I put the link in the description, and you can check them out. I was thinking what I wanted to paint for this stream, and I thought, oh, you know what? I think I'll paint these guys. They're resin miniatures from a company called Artel W. Links in the description. I really love them. I think Artel gets a lot of fine results from their sculptors. They look just so good. Hey, the one from the past, how's it going? Yeah, happy birthday, Nick. Nice. Age of Sigmar orcs. Do you mean Age of Sigmar like orcs or Orooks? Those cruel boys. If you can find this, this is like a treasure now. It's so rare I can't find it on eBay or Amazon anywhere. It's Metal and Alchemy Necro Gold, and it is my one-stop, like the only product I use for gold. Really, it's so good that I don't even need to shade it or highlight it. It is this beautiful, evil-looking gold, and I highly suggest it if you, or recommend that you add it to your collection. Babies are sleeping. It's actually pretty early in the morning for me. Woke up early to do some chores and housework, do some dishes, and I saw I had a little bit of time before my kids are gonna wake up. So let's get some painting done. Yeah, let's give this guy a gold grill. That looks pretty good. I'm also gonna do a little gold here in the back on his backpack. Now I got these a couple years ago, I think, and it was a little tricky for me to build. They're very fine, fiddly parts, and because they're resin, they snap easier than plastic. So now with my current like big, clumsy dad hands, I'm not sure if I would want to build these all up again. But they're really funny if you are a Drukhari player, or if you just like to paint and you want something fun to paint up. These are really fun. Orks. Ah, nice. It's going pretty well. I'm getting the keys to my new place. Oh, congratulations, the one from the past. Congratulations. Moving all 85K worth of orcs. All right, so just a little tip. If you do, like I'm doing with these guys, I want their skin to be pale. So I base coated their skin, but also all these bones, like these talons, I base coated them in Rakarth flesh. And then after the Rakeland flesh shade, I'm gonna be highlighting the talons in Wraith bone. So it's a more like ivory colored bone. And then the flesh, I'm gonna be highlighting with Rakarth flesh. So it's a little bit more brown skin tone, skin color. This will hopefully make the talons stand out. Now what I could also do is make the talons dark, like make it like a black claw, but I think they'll stand out nicely in this ivory color. We'll see, I might still do that if the highlighted skin doesn't look the way I want it to. But I'm not gonna do too much. All I wanna do is base coats right now. These talons were just more for me, so I'm looking around to see if anything else. Ah, these bandages on the swords need some dryad bark or rhinox hide. Woo! $300, wow. Getting the Necrons, Lich Guard for the weapon and shield. Nice, nice, that's very cool, man. How is the, did you get the, you had to have gotten the Tomb World box, right? Have you been showing them off on the Discord? Every time I go to my game store, I just went to pick up some paint, and that Tomb World box looks so good. Hi, I have these Artel racks lined up for painting right. Nice, and alongside the Artel Grotesques. I ordered an OS-Factor bit as the Artel W models don't have a proxy for it. Yeah, you know what? These have been on my shelf for so long, BlackBerry, that I was like, I've got to paint them. And the only way I'm going to hold myself accountable to paint them is if I do it on a stream. I've been reading a lot about motivation, self-help, so I can make videos about it, about painting. I feel a lot of us with piles of potential, you know, piles of shame, we could use more like informed content and videos about how to really crack them. And I think I've cracked the code on how to paint all the minis in your collection, all of your to-do backlogs, all of your piles of shame. The trick, I'm going to share it with you guys right now while I continue to make plans for releasing a full long-form video on it. The trick is to make it a process that pulls all of your emotion out of it. Like make it like as unfun as it sounds. If you make it like a job, if you have your formula written out next to you, if you just sit down and get the job done, then you will not have to worry about leaving something on the shelf because you're not motivated to, or you're not inspired to, or you don't feel like you know what you're doing. Just make it like a job. Make it a task where you have a process that you can follow to finish it. I'm sorry, guys. I have to paint the skin. I have to see how these talons look, because I think I'm going to stay pretty pale for the skin. So now looking at the talons, I might have to make them dark. Ah, man. It's a bummer because I already highlighted them up, but maybe I will just slap some Incubi Darkness on them and see how those look. Because right now the armor is Incubi Darkness mixed with Cablite Green. So if I build that up with Cablite Green, then the talons here, maybe I will make them dark. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make an executive decision to make these talons a dark Incubi green, Incubi Darkness green. I could go black. Maybe I could go black. Decisions. Because like technically, they're talons, right? If you think of like a velociraptor, that's what it reminds me of. Let's go here, and if this doesn't work, if I don't like it, then we'll do black. Yeah, so what was I saying? Just take the emotion out of it, make it like something you have to do, then you turn your brain off. And the way I'm turning my brain off is I am live streaming this. I used to turn my brain off by just recording and posting videos. And now I feel like doing this is a little bit more fun. They're gorgeous designs, so a different take on the racks that still feel in keeping. Yep. Oh, that's right, the one from the past. I forgot you're in Australia. That sucks, man. At my game store, it's $250, and I'm in California, and it still feels like I don't know if I could justify $300 for it. Yep, that's right. Malix plays. The trick is to just do it. Is it more orcs, Elicio? You know what, guys? I think I'm gonna go black all the way down. I'm gonna go all the way down and then highlight up. This is a great learning experience for me, guys. I'm gonna go all the way down to black. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard or if you've seen the video. Ancient Revered Brother Get Good is sold on eBay. And the customer requested that I change the name to Old One. So I did a quick paint job on his front plate, and now my Black Templars, not Brutalis, Redemptor Dreadnought is in the mail on the way to a new home. So he won't be hanging out at my desk anymore, sadly. But I'm just so happy that I painted that guy up. I painted him up in a live stream in 3 hours. Can you guys believe that? I hope that they release just the Death Watch Kill Team. Yep, they will. I'm pretty sure they will. I want to expand my homunculus range. The new detachment looks fun. Toying with the idea of getting the new combat patrol. I know. Don't get me started. I know. I saw it was like all homunculus coven, and I was like, I'm gonna do a black lining for the eyes. I think black, like all black pupils, fit Rax and homunculus coven. And they're squinting so much anyways at this range. I don't think I want to do like whites in their eyes. I think this soulless black look is perfect. So the way I'm doing this is I'm really using a good detail brush. I use Golden Maple from the Master Series. I've linked that below in the description as well. If you decide to check it out, then please use my promo code WART, WART, because then you'll get a 10% off discount. So now I'm gonna mix a little bit of black into my green. I think this is a little bit of super glue warpage on his torso here. So we'll just give him a little bit more green. There we go. Cover up, man. You're too exposed. All right. So, like I said, we're just doing base coats, shades, and whatever little highlighting I feel like doing. So let's call him done for the stream. Let's move on to Big Boy here. He looks pretty done, but I just want to double check. Yeah, silver for all these staples. And then this is what I'm talking about. Like some of the backpacks have little spines. So gross, so weird, but I love it. So I'm gonna, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should go back and paint over all these skin staples. I usually paint these skin staples black, but you know what? Looking at them on this guy's flayed skin little cloth here, silver works well too, I think. What do you think, Blackberry? Do you use silver for your staples or black? Silver seems to work. Also, I love committing robot Warhammer 3 using Tomb King's constructs. Make me want to have a gaming computer. I'm so sad I could never get into Total War, any of the Total Wars. I wanted to try with Rome. Back in the day, I had a gaming computer that was just good enough to play Total War Rome, but I like not nearly good enough. I spent all my money on Warhammer and consoles. I use a white, oh, okay, because it popped much more, but silver makes more sense. Did you see my Death Watch Blood Angel Captain in Terminator? I did, yes. Have you been posting on the Discord any updates? Since I think the last time I looked at him was when you asked about doing a golden helmet for him. So I might not have seen if you've done any more because you worked too fast for me, the one from the past. You're such a fast worker. All right, I like these dark brown dryad bark pants. I think they work really nicely. So let me go back to the first guy. And yeah, he's got some pants, but oh, they look like skin pants. They're all stitched up. No, you know what? Because he's got this skin cape thing, I'm gonna go with brown and just say he rips his pants a lot. It's not skin, guys. It's not skin. It's actual trousers. Yeah, because he's got a skin tabard. He wouldn't do skin on skin. Drukhari are much more fashion sensitive. Yeah, that's pretty good. Hello, Rasputin. Yes, I'm alive. I got really lucky and got a 3090 to the price of 3060. Ooh. I am alive. I know. I've been when I don't. You can tell if I'm not totally swamped at home with my family, because then I'll actually post live streams like this, or I'll make content. But it was my son's birthday the other day, and I was so like swamped with preparations for that. We did this whole pirate treasure map, Pirates of Treasure Island kind of thing. He's been watching Muppets of Treasure Island and really loving that. So we did this whole treasure map thing. It was really cute. His mother dressed up like a mermaid and went in the swimming pool, and he was just like so happy to get all dressed up in this pirate costume she found on Amazon. And we put like a pirate Jolly Roger flag on this PVC pipe we had in our storage shed, and we made like this pirate flag. And she got this little pirate wheel for a boat, and he got to pretend he was a pirate captain of a little boat. It was so cute, you guys. But that whole thing, it was so exhausting, and we're trying to keep ourselves healthy. So we, yeah, it's been a little bit of a chaos. I'm just trying to find bits to accentuate with gold. The thing with doing gold, I've noticed, you guys, is that you don't want to overpower the rest of the model with gold accents, but it is nice to do like the detailing, trim, especially if you painted Chaos Marines and you've painted all the gold trim on their armor. Kind of can see where everything goes. I might do gold for this. Should I do gold for the sword? Like all down here? I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm okay. It is Warhammer, yes. Oh, thank you, the one from the past. I'll check it out. Excuse me. Are you trolling me? I'm a man, baby. I'm a man, baby. That's funny. All right, they're called flesh husks. I couldn't remember the name for a second. They're called flesh husks from the company RTLW, and I got a link for it in the description if you like them, if you want to check them out for yourself. They could be used as racks if you are a Drukhari player and you are into the homunculus covens side of the Drukhari. The thing with these, though, they're not like mix and match. You pretty much have to build them up the way that you see them. The only thing that you can change out for most of these, like this guy is always going to be holding the sword like this. He's mono pose. But there are a couple other guys where you can substitute the weapons by switching out their hands, because one of the glue points is the hand or the wrist. So like for everyone else, you could change these weapons. They could be holding pistols or knives. I went with what visually I thought looked the best, but it's really, to each his own, or her own. If Kurtz got stranded, this man would be Drukhari. Let's do a known oil. Sometimes when I see like a straight lead belcher, it makes my mind, makes my eyes kind of wonky. You know how Tyrannosauruses cannot see you if you stop moving? It's like the same thing. If I look at like straight silver, I get confused. I have to darken it up with some known oil so I could see where all the detail and recesses are. So there we go. A little silver for this AdMech skull. A little known oil, I mean. Then silver for these skulls. All right, now I can see. Now I can see what I'm doing. I am not transgender. I think that was someone trolling on me. I am a proud man, and I'm married to a woman, and we have a son and 2 daughters. That's the guy I'm going to convert to use the ossifactor. Yeah, I love this guy here. This can even be like when they invent something. Yes, yes. This is the ratatatatata gun. This is from the, like, I would use it as a rack, a unit of racks. They are resin miniatures, yeah, for Drukhari army. They're resin miniatures from RTLW. They are a company that specializes in making resin miniatures that you can use in your Warhammer games. Like here, for example, I got this guy on my table too. It's an orc mech. He's pretty shiny. I gotta dull him down. And I gotta turn this into like a yellow light. But this is one of the models that you can get. He's an orc mechaniac. He's got 2 head options. I decided to go with the one with his construction helmet just because he looks so silly. And I gave him a power screwdriver. Although you could also give him like a hammer or something else. And a little pair of pliers there. But I love that he's got so much detail. Yeah, sorry, he's really shiny, and there's a lot of pooled up washes. I think I was at a very bad place in my life when I did this. I was very depressed. Cut that thumbnails. Oh yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Sorry. My lady boss is the one with the clippers, and she doesn't like it when I borrow them, so I have to sneak them out of her makeup table when I want to clip mine. What did you use to dull the shininess? I have a similar issue. Okay, so the easiest way to do it is to just paint over it. The shininess is usually going to be because of the washes you use. But if you're using like a very shiny gloss varnish, then you want to use a matte varnish on top of that, which is very simple to do, but here. I'm just taking some Averland Sunset, which is a base coat, and painting it over the helmet. And as you can see, it immediately takes out that shininess. Now for the Agrax Earthshade in the seam there, I'm gonna dull that down by putting the matte varnish over, but I don't like it when you can see the pooled wash on the flat surfaces. That's why I like to paint over any shininess like that. Or here, for the clamping hand on his shoulder, I'm just gonna take my lead belcher, and you can see these pooled areas. I hate that when your wash dries and pools like that. Hello, Dragon Ninja. Thank you very much. I can recommend, yeah, Vallejo makes the best matte varnish, but if you're very heavy-handed with your Agrax Earthshade or your Nuln Oil and it pools like this, just take your base coat and apply it right over those larger areas where you have that pooling. That's why they always say, like, move it around. When you use a wash, move it around because you don't want it to pool. When it pools like that, that's when you get that shiny surface. But all this can be covered easily with a matte varnish. I'm just looking over to see where I can reapply this lead belcher so that it will dull down and cover the pooling. I hate pooling. You guys know when this wasn't a problem, was in the old range. Oh, look at this. This is a really bad one right here. For Russ and the Allfather. Blackberry. Yep. Agrax Earthshade. It really has this finish that is not that great. You know what I found actually works just as well as Agrax Earthshade, but it doesn't have that shine, is if you have some Lamian Medium. Just make your own wash out of Lamian Medium mixed with Dryad Bark. It is actually fantastic. It doesn't have this oily finish to it. It dries kind of matte, but then it has that dark brown consistency to it. There we go. That instantly makes this whole thing look a lot better. Then I think once I do the rust gray for his denim apron, more of that shine is going to get dulled away. I'm actually working on here. I want to show you guys this quick and simple. I'm working on his assistant here. A quick and simple orc green skin recipe. I know we're painting rack. This is how I never get anything done. I get so distracted on other things. Yeah, you could also use water, I think, but when you're doing this as like a wash, the dryad bark as a wash, I think using Lamian medium is a better solution, but you could try using water. Okay, so this is another miniature that comes with the mech model. I'm gonna use moot green as a base coat. I think I put too much, I used too much super glue when applying all this stuff. I used to be very, like, I never changed my recipe for all my decades of painting miniatures. If I had to paint an orc or a goblin, I'd always use the same recipe, but I've discovered this technique and I like it so much. I don't think I'm gonna go back to painting the old way. The old way I used to do it was take the base coat of Wa flesh and then build up with War Boss green and then Scarsnake green, and then like this one you can use less colors, and I think it comes out with a better finish. So moot green first, and then when that dries, you're going to use BL tan green. So we'll let that dry for a minute, and I'll come back with my BL tan green. Where's my BL tan green? Ah, here it is. Water for normal paints and Lamian medium for other contrast paints. Oh, okay. I don't know why Lamian medium really worked for me when I was doing the dryad bark. What color hat should we have? Oh, maybe I'll give him a red hat like Super Mario. Doo -doo 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 -doo. I'm painting up all my Artel minis today. Lamian medium is just supposed to be paint without any pigment, and contrast medium, depigmenting. Any space wolves that need painting? Yes, I do. I have got a 5-man unit of 30k Forge World Varangier Terminators. Those need to be painted, but they're a little bit further down on my to-do list. I wanted to finish painting these other models first, but I do have those, and I'm probably only going to do those on live stream, so I can't tell you when though. Sorry, Dragon Ninja. Yeah, I do have to finish those for sure. Rakarth flesh, because he's got to be oily and dirty and greasy. I actually really love painting Space Wolves in their 30k color scheme, that gray, storm gray color scheme. I really like it. Doing 2 thin coats with the moot green because I don't want to gunk up any detail. So as soon as I'm done with this Rakarth flesh, we'll go in with a second moot green. Let me give you some teeth. Man, do you guys remember the old colors, the old Citadel colors, the old washes, Badab Black and Devlin Mud? Those are some great colors. After I put this on, I'll let this mini dry for a little bit, do some more of my racks, and then come back and do the next phase of my green skin recipe. The early 2000s, oh yeah, it's changed, huh? Just getting back into it in 2025. You've returned from what I call the pilgrimage, the hiatus. We all go through it. I'm gonna try this thing where I paint most of this in red and then do like some chipping in silver to show that the red paint is wearing off. I think it's gonna be a cool effect. Usually I do like some bits in silver and just the painted on bits in red, but this might be a fun way to have a very bright, colorful model that does still have that awareness that there's silver underneath everything. It's just been painted over in red because red ones go faster. All right, guys, it's almost time for my kids to wake up. If they do wake up, I'm gonna have to end the stream. But I just want to say thank you for joining me. And if you'd like to continue supporting my work or to know whenever I'm on to live stream, then make sure you subscribe so you can always be alerted whenever I go live and whenever I come out with new videos, because I'm planning on doing more tutorials, unboxings, and all that kind of stuff. Got a lot of Artel stuff that needs to be painted. And it's also the middle of Sporkytoberfest. So if you would like to join up and paint a mini for Team Orks or Team Spooky, then head over to the Discord and paint up some spooky models or some orky models or some spooky orky models. It's a fun way to get some minis painted. For the Halloween months. Silly Lung, on your way to work. Hey, have a great day, buddy. Yeah, I don't think the green is quite ready yet for me to add the next coat, but we'll leave it there and get back to the Drukhari. Also, if you guys remember, I was painting a Emperor's Son. Do Necrons count for spooky? I would count them for spooky, yes. Here is my Emperor's Children Relic Contempt Dread. He's in a little bit of a bad shape because I'm doing base coats and I was trying to get my black paint into all the recesses and all the joints, and it bled over into some of the purple. So I'm gonna have to repaint some of the purple areas, but I love this mini. Painting so hard, my back is killing me. Yeah, I know. I feel you. I think as we get older, that part of the hobby, we really need to pay attention to how our bodies are talking to us and telling us we need to pace ourselves or take a break. Let's bring up this purple a little bit. Oh, chat, I am all over the place. I have so many models that need to get done. This is actually a commission model, so I wanted to finish him ASAP. But the client said, like, take your time, find the right colors, like, don't rush, no time limit. So I was like, oh, cool. I'll paint him in between everything else I'm doing. So thank you for your patience, Ancient Rylanor. I will get you painted up, I promise. Hello, Carleon. You really don't notice it until you take a break when you think you need to. Yep, I know, I know. Have you tried the Pomodoro method? It's something that I used to be hugely into on my channel. I used to do painting live streams where I would have a timer set, and then depending on what you think your tolerance is, I've done a Pomodoro of like 25 minutes work and then 5 minutes break. I've done them like 45 minutes of work and then like a 15, I think 15 minutes is too long. Maybe 50 minutes and 10 minutes is good. It's like hard, focused work where you just sit and you don't think and you don't do anything else. You don't pick up your phone. You don't daydream or do anything. You just work for a certain amount of time. And then when you take your break, you really take the break. You know what I mean? You don't do anything to finish up or to clean up. You just put your brush down, take a break, and then come back after and move on to the next one. How big is the gray pile of shame? It's pretty big. I don't want to look because if I look, it's like, you know, in Looney Tunes when Wile E. Coyote doesn't fall until he looks down and sees that he's not on the cliff anymore. That's kind of how I see my pile of shame. Or as I like to call it, my pile of potential. Potential eBay money. So everything I paint, I post up on eBay. I like to do these videos for you guys, or these live streams, and also my long form videos to show you my techniques and what I'm doing, but I don't keep, I want to say I don't want to keep 99% of these minis. Even for my kids, I don't want to have anything just collecting dust. I'd rather buy new things and paint them up and make money selling them on eBay. That is the goal. I have no emotional attachment. I used to, oh boy, when I was a kid, when I was younger, when I was like in, not even a kid, maybe when I was in college, I used to be like, I'm gonna collect an army for every single faction. And I'm gonna have a 2,000 point army ready to go anytime I wanna play a different army. And I'm gonna keep it all in my garage in neatly organized bins. And it's, maybe I'll do like different armies, like I'll do a 2,000 point competitive army, and then I'll do a 2,000 point casual army. And now I'm like, sell it all. List it on eBay and sell it all. Because I'm a father now and I have kids that need food and clothes. My first set is arriving today. Oh, and I haven't looked much into paint. Should I stick with Citadel or look into others? You can get away with Citadel. Most people have started to, back in the day, guys, I don't know if you remember, like in 2010s, like Vallejo, there were other ranges, like P3 had a paint range. It was actually stylish to not use Citadel. But I think today Citadel is kind of the norm. Other people have started to use different products like Duncan Rhodes' Too Thin Coats range, but I don't think it's as widespread enough that people even stock it at their local stores. So you can get stuff on Amazon or eBay, but it's really up to you. It depends on if you like using the products. Like personally, I don't think these are a good deal anymore. I don't think these are worth the $6, $7 for these little dinky pots that oftentimes dry out. Like I'd much rather have a collection of these dropper bottles where you could just close them up and seal them up and they won't dry out. But it really is up to you. Also, when you use Citadel paints too, you have the easiest time of finding how-to guides on YouTube. In fact, that was my whole philosophy when I was really into filming and posting painting tutorials. I really just stuck to Citadel stuff, even if I found something else that worked, because I knew most people had access to Citadel paints, but you might not have access to like the Vallejo Air range. It's funny, you see some of these like YouTube guys doing how to paint guides, and sometimes they're like, okay, the next we're going to use this AK interactive paint or this Vallejo Air paint. And I'm like, oh man, I have to go out and look for a store that sells these other brands. But now most of them do, so it's not as big of an issue. Or you could just order it on eBay or Amazon. Nothing wrong with dreaming. Citadel paints with the app for tracking is pretty good. Yep, the Citadel color app. Oh, is that true, BlackBerry? They got to. I mean, how has it been, like 10 years working with this rubbish? These paint pots that are constantly drying out and separating. Like, you guys have released such ridiculous things like paint, like water cups and mold line removers. Do you guys remember mold line removers? Because their fine cast was so rubbish, but you can't be bothered to pay to have your paint put into proper dropper bottles. Don't even get me started on fine cast. All right, and girls. I usually don't do these details until after I've painted up the purple armor, but I think this will help motivate me to finish this mini and get it posted. Or not posted, but sent to the client.